I want to communicate something to you that I communicated to our donors recently as we decided to enter this race. First of all, I want to say that I love what I do with the Navigators. I absolutely love it. I will do it until God releases me from it. I'm committed to investing my life in faithful men, beginning with my own family, who will teach others. That's found in 2 Timothy 2:2. And I'm committed to advancing the gospel of Jesus Christ and his kingdom. This past November, I was approached by an area pro-life leader who asked me to consider running for state senate. She asked me to do this because the politicians in Ohio appear to be playing politics with unborn children who need a voice. Every day in Ohio, what amounts to a school bus full of children are aborted. That moves me. It moves me to action, not just a feeling. Winston Churchill is quoted as saying, "Men occasionally stumble over the truth, but most of them pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened." My love for God, my wife, my children, and my community deserve better for me than to hurry off and do nothing. As you know, some of you may know, April and I have adopted a little girl named Emmy. We are passionate about life. We are passionately against abortion, human slavery, and sex trafficking. Emmy's presence in our home reminds us of these issues because she was at risk for all of them. We realize that with adoption, while we can't save all the children, we could save one. Politicians in both parties tend to want to stay in power and protect their friends who helped them get there. And this is what's happening in Columbus. The Heartbeat Bill, the most pro-life legislation to ever be voted on in Ohio, was passed by the Ohio House in June of 2011. Sadly, the Republican-controlled Senate refuses to let it get to a vote. And when this was brought to my attention, and when I was asked to run, I accepted. I would not do it for any other issue than for life. I care about other issues for sure, but there are few issues that are worthy enough for me to risk my life and my family for. God says that if a man knows to do something good and doesn't do it, it is a sin. In recent weeks, people have been weighing in on a coach who witnessed a child being molested and didn't call the police and step in to help. And rightly so. We should weigh in on such matters. We should teach our young people to always do the right thing when people are being victimized. The right thing is to protect them, even at the risk of our own harm. And if I'm to be a man of integrity, I feel that I must take the next step, even though I do not know where it will lead me. If people in this district are happy with the way things are, then I will not get the votes to move on. And if I do not get enough votes, I will continue doing what I love, campus ministry. But I will have followed God in what he asked me to do. Until then, my family and my job as a navigator come before any campaign. I heard a guy share his idea for success years ago, and I quickly adopted it for my own. Success for me is defined this way. When I die, I want to be able to look at my wife and my children, and I want to be able to look in my children's eyes and say to them, "I was always faithful to your mother." And then I want to be able to look at them and say that to the best I knew, when God asked me to do something, I never backed down in fear. I move forward today for one reason: life. March 6th, the Ohio primary quickly approaches. My opponent has access to tens of thousands of dollars, and she has the establishment behind her. I have the conviction that I am following God as far as he wants to take me. One man put it this way: you and God make a majority. And I believe he was right. Because of that, I believe we've already won, no matter how many votes we secure.